Hello! For today's review video, I'm going to be reviewing the cheapest foundation I've ever seen in my life. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Liquid Foundation. Mine is in the shade 677 Regular Nude. Regular Nude. What does that even mean? You get 0.99 fluid ounces in this bottle, which is weird because usually you just get 1 ounce, but I mean, whatever. And on the bottle it says it's a lightweight, long-wearing formula that glides smoothly on the skin for a flawless finish. The reason I just read you the bottle and I don't have any other kind of thing to show you is because this isn't on the NYC website for some reason. I mean, I don't know, like maybe it is now by the time this video is going up, but I saw this in stores, in Walmart specifically, and then I was like, oh, I would like to do some research on this. I don't know anything. And then it wasn't even on the website. What? But anyway, they had 3 shades of this in my local Walmart. I do not know if that means there are only 3 shades or if that means that we just have 3 shades, because I've noticed that we tend to have less of a shade selection than there is. So I don't know, but there were 3 shades and they were all pretty much this color. I could not tell the difference between the 3 of them, so if you are this shade, great. If you're not this shade, not so great. I mean, this shade pretty much worked for me, though, personally, but I realize that not everybody on the planet is my shade, so you might have a hard time finding your shade. The biggest upside to this foundation is here is a foundation that is $4.64 Canadian. Can you believe that? $4. It is cheaper than a Starbucks fancy beverage. That means probably when you convert it to American dollars, they probably just give it to you. So here's what I have to say about this foundation. This is the worst applicator on the planet. I have heard of these foundations that have the little spatula applicator and don't have a pump and don't have... I feel like you're too close. Do you feel like you're too close? Is that better? Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Let's leave you back there. This is the worst. Okay, so you take it out and all it gets is like this much product on it, like basically nothing. And then because of how skinny the opening is and how skinny the thing is, but then how fat the spatula is, you actually can't scoop any out. It all gets wiped off on the inside as you're coming out. And then there's these like, when you push the foundation onto your palette, there's like all these little holes and it's awful. This is terrible. NYC, you should have just put a pump on this or put nothing because this spatula situation is awful. This foundation provides a light coverage. It's definitely like buildable to like light medium, but you're not going to get much more than that out of it. It does go on very nicely. Personally, I dotted it all over my face with my hands, and then I blended it out with my Real Techniques sponge. That seemed to work pretty well, and upon immediate application, it looks pretty good. But my problem with this foundation is wear, because it does really oxidize even when I've set it down with powder. Let's see here. Let's see if I can show you how much it oxidizes, because I'm wearing it on my face, but I did like everything possible to prevent oxidization. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a little swatch on my hand. Then we'll come back in a couple minutes and we'll see if that has turned orange. And then my other problem with this foundation is that it kind of wears off patchily. Like I don't feel like I have foundation on my chin anymore, but I definitely have some over here, but then I have some on this spot on my forehead and not some here, and I definitely applied it evenly, so I don't know where the rest of it has gone. And I mean, it does dry a little bit too matte for my liking, but that's just because I have dry skin. I consider that my fault and not the foundation's fault. But if you notice, nothing I'm saying about it I really feel intense about, because nothing that it's bad at is really that bad, you know? Especially when you consider that this foundation is under $5. I definitely have tried worse foundations that are 10 times that price. Foundations that like really broke down or like really oxidized or like really just didn't work well with my skin, or foundations that broke me out. This foundation is none of those. It's just not my favorite. It's not really all that great, and I would sooner spend a couple of dollars more at the drugstore and go for the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth, or go for the L'Oreal Lumi foundation rather than go for this. But I understand that some people might be on like really tight budgets and you're just like, I need a foundation. This foundation isn't bad. It's not bad, it's just not the best. And it has been approximately 3 minutes since I put this on, and look how much darker it is. I actually don't think the camera is doing it justice to how much darker it looks, but I promise you, in real life, this looked too light on my hand when I first swatched it, and now it looks too dark. It looks super orangey too. So if you're going to use this, you're going to really want to set it because it does oxidize. So, like I said, my final verdict is that I wouldn't buy it again. I probably won't even use this bottle again because I did just buy a brand new one of the Maybelline Fit Me as well. But it's not awful. If you are really crunched for money and you're like, I can only afford to spend like $5 on foundation, it will do the job. It's just there are better ones on the market. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed already, and I will see you next time.